Chapter 2. Shri Sadguru said, once some traders started on a sea voyage to a foreign land with a heavy load of cargo. Those sailors loaded the side of the ship with many big bags of gopi chandan to balance the load of the cargo. When they started off, a cyclone struck the sea, causing the waves to heap high and frightening those aboard the ship. A series of high waves hit the ship and tossed it hither and thither. Water entered the ship, and all the passengers started screaming in fright. Unexpectedly, at a short distance on the seashore, all of them saw Shri Madhvacharya, the merciful Yati, standing. He had a majestic appearance, dressed in saffron, with Urdhva tilak on his forehead and a staff in hand. He had meditation on Sri Krishna as the only object of his existence. They all saw Sri Anandatirtha Yogindra, Sri Madhavacharya, an expansion of the god of wind, Vayu, and mentally surrendered to them and prayed for his help. The master, Sri Madhavacharya, knew the fear in the minds of the travelers and with great mercy decided to protect them. Madhava, the greatest Yati, subdued the cyclonic wind with his occult power and brought the ship towards the coast. All aboard the ship got down and prostrated themselves before the best of the saints, Madhavacharya, and with deep reverence they praised him. With great reverence, the travelers offered him different kinds of goods and precious gems. The great Madhavacharya, who revelled in detachment, ignored all expensive gifts, including valuable gems, and accepted only the Gopi Chandan. The travelers were greatly surprised to see Sri Madhava accept with eagerness the sacred mud alone. They said as follows. The travelers said, O Master, why do you neglect all those costly objects and precious gems and desire to take this clay alone? O Yatishvara, what is the use of this cake of mud? O Yogi, take as much as these riches and gems as you want. Sri Madhavacharya replied, Oh, what use are these riches and gems for me, an ascetic on this earth? But this Gopi Chandan is capable of enhancing loving devotion to Sri Krishna. O travelers, alas, it's a pity that due to your affection for me and your ignorance of the value of sandal paste, you have said that this Gopi Chandan is of no use. Recalling and reciting the 12 sacred names of Sri Krishna, this Gopi Chandan should be applied as a tilak on the 12 parts of the body. All the devas revere him who applies tilak of Gopi Chandan and a rosary of tulasi beads or lotus beads and chants Sri Krishna's name ceaselessly as the only goal of his life. One who wears the Gopi Chandan tilak will not go to hell even in his dreams. That Mahatma alone attains Vaishnavahood easily. All those unfortunate ones who mock a person wearing Urdhva go to hell undoubtedly, for they are the enemies of the Vaishnavite code. The Vaishnavottamas wear the Gopi Chandan as a long tilak, starting from the tip of the nose. With all devotion, they wear on their foreheads the shape of the holy feet of the Lord. The writings of fate on the head are erased in the case of those whose foreheads on whose foreheads the symbol of the holy foot of Sri Krishna is marked with Gopi Chandan. Those Brahmanas who, despite their deep knowledge of the Vedas, reject and abuse the Urdhva Pundra are all foolish hypocrites. When one happens to meet a man wearing Urdhva Pundra on the street, providentially, without feeling shy, one must prostrate before him. A Bhakta of Sri Vishnu must apply the Gopi Chandan 3 times a day on the 12 parts of the body, chanting the 12 sacred names of Sri Krishna. Those who do not wear the Urdhva Pundra will hardly gain Vaishnavahood. Hence, one must cast off shyness and wear it with devotion. Sri Sadguru said. Thus, Sri Madhava, king of Yatis, explained the wonderful potentialities of the Gopi Chandan. The travellers offered him the same Gopi Chandan with all affection. Taking that Gopi Chandan in hand, he felt extremely happy. With divine rapture, he chanted repeatedly Sri Krishna's name and started dancing, forgetting himself. All the travellers were deeply impressed by the firm devotion of Sri Madhvacharya, and hence they paid their obeisances to him again and again. Thus ends chapter 2 entitled Sri Madhava Vijayam 1 of book 3 of Sri Vaishnava Samhita, composed by Shri Krishna Premi Swamigal.